Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. Happy Saturday. I hope you had a fantastic week. Alf and I, he's obviously in my lap here. We are here to share the weekly home fragrance roundup from this past week. I appreciate you guys being here, and those of you who are unfortunately here reluctantly, thank you so much for taking one for the team. It really means so much to me, so much love to you. Anyway, I have a lot of candles to talk about. I have them all sitting here on the table. There wasn't a whole lot of variety this week in terms of the brands that I was burning. I was really trying hard to burn a lot of these new scents from Kringle that are new for spring. That includes the reserve candles as well. So I'm gonna have a ton of like in-depth reviews coming up over the next couple of weeks. I'm just gonna slowly kind of put these out every few days. The way that I do like candle review days is I like to do like two individual uploads a day. I like to keep the reviews separate, so if you're just looking for thoughts on one specific fragrance, it just makes it a little bit easier to find that on my channel. So do keep an eye out. I will have 2 reviews again ready to go for tomorrow. So if you want to know how the spring candles are doing, I'm gonna have lots of updates for you. So also behind me here is a very special candle that I'll talk about when we get to this scent. Yeah, let's start in the usual spot, which is what is currently going in my candle crocks. All right, so I am down to just using one of my candle crocks again. The one that is in my laundry room honestly gets the most workout out of my 3 candle crocks, just because I spend the bulk of my time in the downstairs of the house. So I tend to be a little bit more focused on making sure that I have something going in that candle crock. It's in my laundry room, and it's kind of a great location because I feel like the airflow, even though it's like in the back part of the house, the air kind of is almost like pushed out into the hallway that connects to the laundry room, and then it like disperses into like the kitchen and dining room that way. So I really like making sure that I have at least something going in there. And I made the hugest crock sacrifice this week because I ended up taking the LAFCO Hazelnut Torrone, which I had burned to the halfway point. And I love the scent, don't get me wrong, the scent is amazing, but really the strength in the throw was quite low on that particular scent for me. And I kind of have I have a use in mind for the vessel. Love the LAFCO like containers, they're glass vessels, they're all hand blown, they're gorgeous. They're absolutely amazing. I don't think they're necessarily the reason to purchase the candle, but if you have really great luck with their wax formula, if you love the burn, mine was just kind of like, I haven't written LAFCO off, don't get me wrong. Like I'm not writing them off, but the holiday scent that I have burned thus far was just a little bit on the lighter end of the spectrum, and it kind of wanted to tunnel. So anyway, I decided to go ahead and sacrifice the beautiful Hazelnut Torrone to the candle crock in my laundry room. And oh boy, I love that scent even more now. I was able to smell it so much better in the crock than I ever did burning it. Like the strength in the throw went up by like 2 points. Like it's amazing how yummy and delicious that fragrance is. And I really hope that if that fragrance comes back, because I want to purchase it again, if that comes back from LAFCO for this like holiday season coming up in 2023, I would absolutely try it again. It is so delicious, you guys. And honestly, now that I've crocked it, even if I just buy the candle to crock it, like I would almost be willing to do that. That is it smells just like Hazelnut Torrone. If you've never tried it, it's a delicious like nougat with hazelnuts. It's usually sweetened with honey. It is delicious. Go find you some. I don't know where you're gonna find it, but a lot of times I feel like Cost Plus World Market will have treats, special treats like that, but you might have like an Italian bakery nearby or something that makes them, so worth seeking out if you're looking for a delicious snack. But anyway, so that's what's in my crock. Don't have anything going underneath my lamp, and like I said, the other 2 crocks are currently turned off. I don't know. I haven't had any candles that I really want to stick in there right now, so I'm just burning them. So whatever works for me with that. So that is what's happening there. What I currently have lit, just this one little beauty behind me here, and this is the Kringle Mon Amour fragrance, and this is a prototype that Kringle was nice enough to send to me to test out for them. They are thinking, if you watched the live stream with Brett and Mick, I sat in on that the other day as well. If you watched that, Mick was talking about how he's thinking about potentially changing up the vessels from the 2-wick traditional tumbler jar line. He's thinking about, I don't necessarily think this is going away. The medium jar could potentially go away, but I think he's looking to amp up the strength and throw, which is what a lot of us are looking for. And the way to do that would be larger vessels. So this is a 4-wick, and the size of it is, I don't think I looked at the number of ounces, but it's somewhere similar to around this size. Now, that is the 100% soy formula right there. And let me tell you something, for this particular scent, I think it needs to be in this format because this fragrance is so heavenly. So I've been burning it in the 2-wick tumbler jar as well. I'm supposed to be getting my order of the 3 wicks. I placed an order for the 3 wicks as well to be able to test out for you guys. So that should be here within another day or 2. I live in Oregon, and you guys know that I joke about it taking forever to get my packages from the East Coast. Like, it's really a thing. Like UPS, I swear they are trotting across the country on a donkey. But cannot wait to try the 3-wick in this, but I'm telling you that 4-wick, if this becomes a thing, if he decides to move forward with this as like a part of, like an extension of this line, such a good decision. That's fabulous. I will continue to update you guys as this burns down. I did just get this, I think it was 2 days ago. So this is only my like 2nd day lighting it, but super pleased. By the way, the Mon Amour fragrance, if you are not familiar, is a dupe of the Baccarat Rouge 540. So I love this perfume. Now this one I received as a gift because the brand that makes this fragrance is not cruelty free, and that's something that's important to me. So this was a gift from a girlfriend. It was super generous because let me tell you, this fragrance is not cheap. Oh my gosh, this is a super, super spendy one. If you're looking for an amazing dupe, may I suggest the Ambery Saffron from Dossier. I'll put a link to this down below because if you love the way this candle smells and you want a perfume in the same scent, it's this. And I think this is $49. I can't remember if I paid $39 or $49. The Dossier fragrances typically range in price from $29 to $39 to $49, depending on the fragrance oils that they're using. So anyway, if you like that, you need this. So good. But it does, it smells exactly like the original. In fact, let me just give myself a little spritz here. Oh, it's so good. This is one of those, one thing to know about this fragrance is it is more, in the perfume format, more of like a skin fragrance type format. So it's not something that's gonna like punch you in the face. By the way, this is like the heaviest little travel sized perfume thing that I own in my collection, and it's so fancy. It's magnetic Anyway, I'll never be able to repurchase that because, again, that's not a cruelty-free brand, but I love me the dupe. So in the candle format, this is also not going to be a fragrance that smacks you in the face. This is very much a soft, pretty, beautiful, perfumey type of fragrance. I will talk more about the notes when I do the in-depth review, but this is going to be one of those videos that you will see probably, I think this one is going to be ready to go up on Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. All right, what else have I been burning? I'm just gonna start grabbing, and we're just gonna do some post-burn updates on these. All right, here we have the Country Candle in Coconut Blueberry Tart. So good. By the way, the fragrance notes are wrong on this fragrance. Go by the fragrance description, like the flowery little wording that they have for all of their fragrances. Go by that, not by the fragrance notes. I believe the fragrance notes are actually for the Sea Breeze fragrance. I'm not sure they've corrected that on the website quite yet. So anyway, what does this smell like? Oh, it smells so good. It's a creamy blueberry. You can smell like a whipped coconut milk, like a frothy coconut milk type note. I also pick up some plum in here. It's creamy. It's absolutely to die for in terms of like its authenticity. Like it just smells so real when you're burning this that you have to have a pastry that contains these ingredients somewhere in your kitchen. Like it's so authentic that you think there is a blueberry tart somewhere in your kitchen that you can eat. It is really yummy, and I am very impressed so far with the strength and throw of the Country Candles with the new soy formulation. I will say the wicks need to be trimmed. They form pretty huge mushroom tops. Now, I left the mushroom tops on my Cosmic Cupcakes so that you guys could see them. Can you see? Sorry, it gets a little foggy in there, but can you see how big those get? So, one thing you're gonna have to do is definitely trim the wicks. I feel like with the 2-wick soy, the wicks that they use in the tumbler jars here, these are more of like I don't necessarily have to trim the wicks. I do every once in a while just because I think it's a good thing to just get in the habit of doing. But I feel like I don't necessarily have to trim the wicks when I go to relight this. This, absolutely. So I've already trimmed the wicks to the length that I have been trimming them to before relighting again so that you guys can see just how short I actually trim them. And they have recovered every subsequent burn. I don't necessarily love these wicks. I wish I didn't have to trim the wicks, so there's a little bit more maintenance in that respect. Mick mentioned because of the amount of strength and throw that he was looking for in here, these were really the best wicks to make that happen. So totally willing to trim some wicks. I'm fine with that. But the strength and throw, so much better than the paraffin ever was. Like with the vast majority of them, amazing strength and throw compared to the paraffin formula for me personally. But I have to admit that I have never really been a lover of paraffin wax. I've always preferred soy or soy blend. To me, I just feel like I get a lot more, like there's a lot more authenticity to the fragrance. There's something about the paraffin where I can kind of smell that paraffin wax in the background. And they're also a lot more high maintenance, I feel like, in terms of sooting. Now, I will say, I cannot leave these lit for more than about, I would say, 3 to 4 hours before I do start to notice just a little bit of those like black puffs of smoke coming up. And it's only when the mushroom tops get to this degree that I start noticing that. So you are going to have to definitely get into the habit of trimming these. It's easy enough to do. I have one of those like old school Yankee things that I just stick in here, so it makes it very easy. But yeah, so that's one thing that I have noticed that I just wanted to mention. Yeah, love the coconut and blueberry tart. Again, very authentic, delicious. Cosmic Cupcakes. It's kind of a toss-up between these two in terms of what is my favorite fragrance from the country spring launches. I might be leaning towards this, and this is kind of a funny one because I feel like a lot of people have smelled different things. I understand definitely the lemon bar reference that a few people have made, but for me, this smells a lot more chocolatey, and it reminds me of those like specifically the dark chocolate orange balls that you can purchase at Trader Joe's during the holidays. And I think a lot of companies make these like orange balls, right? But I've always purchased the Trader Joe's ones. This to me smells a lot like that as like the base, but I also get a touch of lemon in here as well. I get a super sweet like buttercream frosting. It's really delicious. I already have a backup on the way. So good. By the way, the daylights and the wax melts have now dropped over at Kringle, so I'll put a link to the website down below. You can pick those up. None of the new stuff is on sale yet. You can use the ambassador discount codes. Mine is just Melanie15, all capital letters, just the number 15. I'll put that information in the description box down below, along with, you know, all the other usual stuff, like what's a candle crock, you know. Did I forget to do that in the intro? I did. Anyway, also sale information will be down there. Check out the description box, a plethora of information. Anyway, let's keep going. So you can see that I burned the Cosmic Cupcake quite a bit. I really like this one, and I'm lighting her up again today. So good. I also love this, the blue raspberry. Okay, if you love the blue raspberry airheads, you gotta pick this up. Fun fact, Stella actually came home from school the day that I was burning this, and the first thing that kid said to me when she walked in the door was like, "Are you eating the blue raspberry airheads? Because those are mine." Like, airheads are kind of our thing in this house. Like, that is my treat of choice lately. I love those things. And their blue raspberry one, it smells exactly like this. So if you like that smell, definitely very sweet, very like, it's like that blue raspberry, like also cotton candy type vibe, but almost, I think almost a little bit sweeter. This one's very, very sweet. Stella loves it. I love it. I don't know that Craig is pumped about that one. He's like, that's really, really sweet. So, but the fact that he even like noticed a country candle when he walked into the house was like, let's hear it for Craig, who really is not much for home fragrance. He humors me. I love him so much. He is really the man of my dreams because he's like, all right, whatever you want to do, crazy, go for it. All right, let's keep going. Sea Breeze. Listen up. What a pleasant surprise. I normally do not like beachy scents, but this is a beachy scent that is, you gotta check it out. At least get it in the daylight, at least get it in the wax melt. Just stick your nose in it somehow. Smell this, experience it. This is that like salty ocean air, like tropical beach vibe mixed with like a sweet, amazing coconut. Like the coconut really sweetens this up, and it's such a beautiful combination. If I were loaded and owned a beach house, this is what I would want my beach house to smell like. Like I always imagine, like if I owned a log cabin, like this is what I want my log cabin to smell like. If I owned a beach house, I would want it to smell like this. Now it doesn't smell like the Oregon beach, which is fine. I love the smell of the Oregon beach, but this smells like a tropical beach. Like this reminds me of when we went to Hawaii in December. Like this is the kind of vibes that I'm getting from this, is like tropical, beachy Hawaiian vacay with like just the most delicious sweet coconut swirling around, like an authentic sweet coconut. So if you're into that, give this one the old college try. Tea time. All right, so I feel like I'm kind of in the minority in the opinion of this, but I don't consider this really a spring scent. But some people mentioned like, well, it does rain a lot in the spring normally, you know, and it can still be kind of cool and gray and rainy. And I think, yeah, Actually, today in Oregon, we are nearing spring and it's dark, gray, and rainy. So I do get that, but I think just for me, the kind of heaviness in this fragrance makes it maybe a little bit more fall appropriate for me. But I mean, if you're a year-round burner, then you're not gonna care what season this is appropriate for. It is just a delicious black tea, sweetened with honey and like almost like some chai spices tossed in there. It's so good. This is I believe this is a repackage of Kringle's black tea and honey. I think that was the fragrance that Mick had mentioned in that live. I never had the opportunity to smell that, so I cannot compare it, but I know that I really like this. But I see myself enjoying this one more just as a fragrance in my home in the fall and probably like into like the holiday season. That being said, I really like the scent. So you can see that I am sort of like in varying degrees with all of these in terms of burning. So I'm trying my best to like rotate through all of them throughout the day so that we have some good in-depth reviews. So here's the Mon Amour again. Let's take a break from the Kringle. Let's talk about a funny Homeworx story. There's more Kringle to come. All right, so this is Glazed Blueberry Muffin. Do you guys know when I ordered this? I ordered this back in November during like a lot of the Black Friday sales that were happening, and they were great sales. But then my order got lost. I was one of those people whose order was, I think, just tossed into a corner at the warehouse. I don't know what happened, but I received tracking information and then the package just never moved, and I was kind of annoyed because these candles I was actually supposed to take to Hawaii with me because we were meeting my brother and my sister-in-law and their kids in Hawaii. We haven't seen them since, you know, before the pandemic. They live in Australia, so it's kind of a good midway point. Anyway, I wanted to bring a bunch of these for my sister-in-law to gift to her because being in Australia, they don't have access to like a lot of the candles that we do, and she likes a lot of this stuff. So anyway, package just never showed up. Now I did get reimbursed from Homeworx. I contacted them and I was like, hey, heads up, I don't know what's happening. I have tracking, it's not moving. Where's my package? And they're like, I'm sorry, we don't know what the problem is. We can refund you. And I was like, oh, crap, fine. Okay, well, at least refund me, right? So they gave me my money back, like no problem getting the refund. That showed up, went through, everything was fine. But then I go out to my driveway last week and there's like boxes there from Homeworx, and I was like, I didn't place an order. What are these? And then I thought, oh, maybe it's PR. But then I thought, that's a lot of PR. That's not right. What is this? So I opened the box and it was all of my stuff from November. They found it in the warehouse and still sent it out. So thank you, Homeworx. This was free, I guess, because I got my money back. So I think it was really nice of them to still send the packages out. Now, I'm not the only person this has happened to. Please let me know down below if you were also one of the lucky ones whose package, I guess, was just shoved to the side for a few months. I will say though, really glad to finally have my hands on this. I was kind of, this one was for me. And I was really annoyed because I was like, I really want to try this blueberry cupcake, blueberry muffin. And then, like I said, it never showed up. Finally burned it this week. It's really yummy. I will say though, it's not as good as I thought it was gonna be. It is quite delicious. I'll probably still end up reviewing it, but it doesn't really necessarily smell like a blueberry muffin to me. I can smell the blueberry, but I'm not getting much in the way of muffin. It's mostly just a kind of sweet, fruity take on a blueberry, but it's a different type of blueberry than what he normally does. This is more of like a candied blueberry versus like a fresh Maine blueberry, which I feel like is the note that Harry normally gravitate towards. Still love the scent. Glad that I finally got it, because also I could not find this one at Home Goods, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. Some of these were showing up there. I could never find it. So anyway, huge surprise for me, which was rad. It also had another one of these in there. Now this one I purchased after that package got lost. This was one of the newer like spring ones that I picked up, but this was also available at the time that I placed that order. So this is Coconut Lychee. Finished her up this week. Burned just fine. I mean, didn't have any problems with wicks. Strength and throw, definitely a little bit higher than last year's spring and summer candles, but not a drastic difference. So if you were holding out for the spring candles so far this year, I can tell you what I have purchased, with the exception of the pineapple peach sangria. That one was very light. That one reminded me of, it was even lighter than the candles from last spring, to be totally honest. And then Hawaiian Islands, that one was the saddest flop, because what a great scent, like a gorgeous fragrance, beautiful tropical botanical floral, but nearly unscented. This, not unscented, probably a strength and a throw of around like 6.5, not quite 7, but definitely stronger than a lot of the things that I was smelling last year. So anyway, love this scent. It's really nice. You do get the coconut and you get the lychee in here. It's just a really enjoyable kind of like creamy coconut lychee scent. I like it a lot. So anyway, okay, well, let's get before we go back to all Kringle all day, let's do Strawberry Pound Cake and Among the Clouds. These are the 2 Bath & Body Works candles that I lit up this week. Strawberry, I love the Strawberry Pound Cake. This one is really, really yummy. Pretty basic. It smells like a strawberry pound cake. I like the strawberry note that's in there. It's kind of artificial, but I kind of like it. And Among the Clouds, this is just a beautiful perfumey scent for sure. This is available in the body care as well. Oh, speaking of, they were having a soap sale the other day and I never picked my order up. I should do that. I have not purchased hand soaps since last fall. I usually will do hand soap, like a hand soap haul from Bath & Body Works a few times a year, and I just buy like a ton and then I just use it up and then I run out and I'm like, oh crap, I need to get some more. So I just ordered a bunch and it's ready for me to pick up. But have I picked it up? No, I have not. I need to do that because I think they're probably going to put it back on the shelf here. All right, Dalgona. Okay, I love me some Dalgona, but this doesn't necessarily smell exactly like the actual Dalgona coffee. This has quite a bit of cocoa in it, like definitely like a cocoa powder. I do detect like hints of like that instant coffee, which is what Dalgona is made with. It's basically equal parts sugar, instant coffee, a little bit of water, and then you just whip it. You just whip it until you create this frothy concoction here. And then you mix that with the milk of your choice. You can milk anything these days. So almond milk, oat milk, cow's milk, goat's milk, whatever floats. Goat's milk would be gross. Don't do that. But not judging. I don't know. Goat's milk, it's a little gamey. But anyway, does this smell exactly like Dalgona coffee? No. Because I've never put like cocoa on top of my Dalgona coffee. It's almost like they made a Dalgona and then sprinkled like a lot of cocoa powder over top to where it makes it kind of hard to smell the coffee note. It's still there, but it's mostly like a really nice cocoa scent, but not hot cocoa. Like it doesn't smell like any of the other hot chocolate scents that I've ever smelled. It's different than that. I feel like this is one you have to experience, and if it's not sold out, definitely worth picking up. Great performance. Love the performance of that. I will do an in-depth review of that. It says macaroons, but it is Macaron. This is a Macaron scent. So loving this one. I love this one a lot. It's definitely like strawberry. That's the filling in your macaron here. Macarons, if you're not familiar, are these little fun French pastries that, sorry, I don't know, is the camera focusing? Fun French pastry sandwich cookies, and the filling that you put between them can be anything from salted caramel to strawberry to blackberry, marionberry, currant, lemon curd, whatever floats your macaron boat. Basically, you can put in here. I love these pastries and I could eat them all day long. If you're looking for some kind of yummy, like super inexpensive ones, Trader Joe's in their like freezer section, they actually have like a box of macarons. So their flavors include fig, pistachio, apricot. I love the apricot. There's a lemon, there's a coconut, and then ooh, I reached the maximum recording time. I don't know where that cut me off, but I was talking about the box from Trader Joe's. Yeah. If you're just looking, if you've never tried macarons, I feel like that's a good place to start, because sometimes when you go to the fancy bakeries, they can be like a couple bucks each, which I'm always happy to pay for because, man, are they good. I know some amazing bakeries in this area that make some really, really great ones. Anyway, let's keep going. Grapefruit and rosemary. All right, you guys, this is the one scent that I'm gonna have to tell you that I really don't like this one. And I have tried. Look how much I've burned. I have really tried with this one. I just don't like the fragrance. That's all that it is. There's nothing wrong with the performance. It is grapefruit. It is rosemary. It's a lot of rosemary. It's heavy, heavy on the herbal. And I feel like the grapefruit part almost makes the rosemary smell astringent. It's just a strange combination for my nose. It doesn't mean that it's gonna smell bad for other people. In fact, I would say if you're curious about it, definitely pick up the wax melt or the daylights, because like I said, they are available now. But I wouldn't go whole hog on this one if you are not a fan of the rosemary. That's a lot of rosemary. Avocado and Palm. You will have already seen an in-depth review of this one. I really like it a lot. I like it a lot. Here we have Juicy Strawberry. You will have also seen an in-depth review of this one. I really like this one a lot, and I was very afraid to like this one. So sorry, we're moving faster now because I've been talking for so long and we only have a few more to go. Okay, saltwater taffy. So I really like saltwater taffy, but I don't think this one is super unique or I guess necessarily special, but it is good. Like, and I do have the 3-wick coming my way. The only thing I don't like about this one is it smells funky on cold sniff. Like after I started burning it, it kind of has a weird, almost, is it sour? It's a strange, please tell me if you have this. When this is lit, this smells like delicious strawberry saltwater taffy, but after burning it, after I blow it out and the wax hardens and I stick my nose in it, it gets stinky. But then when I light it up again, it smells like delicious saltwater taffy. So please tell me if I'm crazy with this one. I don't know. I ordered the 3-wick. I'm curious to see if the 3-wick is going to do the same for me, but she's getting stinky on cold sniff. But again, once I light it, like, it's fine. It smells like the most delicious, like, saltwater taffy and like a strawberry scent. I mean, it's yummy. Okay, when this comes back, there's a reason it's sold out. It is good. Get you some of the jelly donut. So the reserve candles are going to be back in stock again. I love it. I love it. Now, I kind of saw that this was gonna be selling out, so I purchased a few backups for myself, and as soon as it comes back in stock, I'm gonna be getting more. I want that one to stick around. And then the very last candle is the Sweet Peach. Now this one I've only burned once. You can see I haven't really made much of a dent in this one, but this is a good peach. It's really nice. It almost does have a slight, almost like savory type of note to it. I cannot place my finger on what it is, but it works. It works in here, but this is mostly like a nice, sweet, juicy peach. I cannot wait. This one is going to be fantastic for the summertime. So, so good. And then wax melts for the last week. As you can see, I was really focused on like testing like these new spring scents. So I didn't do much in the way of Scentsy, but I did place my first Scentsy spring order. So I will have a spring Scentsy haul to share with you guys probably next week. The package finally shipped, so it should be here pretty quickly. Sorry, my foot fell asleep. Alf, you gotta, sorry, we have to readjust, buddy. Anyway, this is all that I did for just like a couple days this week. Happy birthday and hazelnut latte. I like these two together. Both are in my club. Big fan of both. But yeah, that was literally it in terms of wax melts. I was running low on like the type of springy, lighter fruity scents that I'm kind of craving right now from Scentsy. So yeah, I just didn't do much of it this week. I certainly still have Scentsy in my backup stash, but nothing that I was really like, oh, this is what I want to do this week. Plus also it needed to work with what I'm burning here in the house right now. So, all right. Wow. Tons of information. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. Again, check out the description box. Let me know what you're burning and melting this week. Let me know if you are someone who maybe lives on the East Coast and you got your candles pretty quickly and you've started burning. What are your favorites from Kringle so far? Are you excited about these 4 wicks, or are you just worried these are going away? I feel like Mick's probably gonna keep maybe the large 2-wick tumblers. I don't really see a purpose for the medium jars necessarily myself, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who do like the medium jars. But the price difference between the two is almost so minimal that I don't know that it's really worth it to have both options, I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't have a problem with the reserve candles not coming in medium jars, and I feel like most people don't. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see this in addition to, if that makes sense. Anyway, let me know if you have questions. Let me know what you're burning down below in the comments. I appreciate you being here. Give this video a big fat thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.